Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to International Islamic University, Islamabad School's Sahiwal Campus online lectures. Dear students, I hope you all will be fine and safe from the pandemic. Due to the closure of schools in this pandemic, IIUA schools are delivering online lectures with proper classwork and homework assignments to avoid any kind of loss in your studies. Now it is your duty to listen to the lectures carefully and follow all the instructions to make the efforts fruitful. Thank you. Now let's move towards the lecture. This is the lecture of grade 4 English, and we are going to begin with the unit number 11 and the name of this poem is Morning, and this is the first lecture from this unit. We are going to start with the second agenda of our term 2020, and the first unit of our second agenda is poem. So let's begin. Before we begin with the reading, just make sure that you have your English student's book, your English classwork notebook, and all the stationery with you. Listen to the teacher attentively and write down all the meanings of difficult words in your notebook. Note down the points that you don't understand and wait for the discussion session. Dear students, we will plan a live discussion session in which you will be able to ask the questions and clear your difficulties with your teacher. Okay, now come to the reading from this poem. First of all, I will explain you that what we are going to learn in this lesson. I will give you the introduction of this lesson. So please open the page number 61 from your English student's book and write down the date and day on the top of this page. Now please open your English classwork notebooks, prepare your index and prepare the classwork page by writing date and day on the top of this page. Write down the topic on the top of the page, on the first line of the page, and the topic is poem. The subtopic is morning. And today's classwork, we are going to write down the meanings of difficult words from the poem. I will read the poem and you will read it with me. Please notice the correct pronunciation of all the words that are difficult and new for you. Okay, dear students, as the unit number 11 is a poem, so we need to discuss about the poem, that what type of content is called the poem. A poem is a form of writing that uses not only words but also form, patterns of sounds, imagery and figurative language to convey the message. Dear students, आप लोगों ने नोटिस किया होगा कि जो पोएम होती है वो एक सिंपल पैराग्राफ की तरह नहीं होती है, उसकी शॉर्ट लाइंस होती हैं. समटाइम्स ये राइमिंग होती है, यहाँ पे जो डिफाइन किया हुआ है कि पैटर्न ऑफ साउंड. समटाइम्स पोएम राइम होती है, समटाइम्स पोएम राइमिंग नहीं भी होती. इमेजरी लैंग्वेज यूज़ होती है, फिगरेटिव लैंग्वेजेस यूज़ होती हैं. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, फिगरेटिव लैंग्वेजेस में आपके सिमिलीज, पर्सोनिफिकेशन और मेटाफर्स वगैरह इंक्लूड होते हैं. सिमिलीज और मेटाफर्स के बारे में आप ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके हैं, और इस पोएम में मॉर्निंग में हम बहुत सारी personification लर्न करने जा रहे हैं, and I'm sure that you will enjoy this. Okay, this poem is about a morning and the appearance of morning in a street. At first, then when we look at this poem, we assume that this poem is about a bus, or then we assume that this is about a person. But when we move forward and read out the poem, we will come to know that this is about a morning, the scene of early morning in an empty street. There is a lot of personification used in this poem, and you are going to learn a lot about the personification and the use of personification. In this poem, the scene of a street is described where the morning begins. A street is empty in the morning and there is nobody on the street. The sky is red in the morning. Do you know red with what? Yes, this is red with the fresh rays of sun. Then a fisherman wakes up, then everyone wakes up when the sun rises in the morning and morning comes in the empty street. Everyone wakes up and get ready for their routine works. Okay, now please open your English classwork notebook, the classwork page that you have prepared for today's classwork. Just draw a line in the middle of the page. The first section is for words and the other is for meanings. Okay, come to the reading. I will read the poem and you will read it with me. I will explain you. And the poem is Morning. Day came in on an old brown bus with two friends. She crept down an empty street. Here, crept means move slowly. She crept down an empty street, bending over to sweep the thin dawn away. Okay, dear students, here the scene of early morning, it's described here with the two friends. It means the day and the night. When early morning begins, it ends the night and starts the day. So here with two friends, it means day and night. She crept down an empty street, of course, in the early morning when everyone was sleeping and now is going to get up, so the streets are surely empty. Bending over to sweep a thin dawn away. Dear students, do you know what does dawn mean? Yes, dawn is the time before the early morning when sun is going to be risen. Before the sunrise, the time is called dawn time. And when the sun rises and morning comes in the street, it sweeps the dawn away. Here sweeps mean cleans. It removes the dawn time. Okay. I hope you all are writing all the words and meanings in your classwork notebook. Okay. With her broom, she drew red streaks in the corner of the dusty sky and finding a rooster still asleep. Okay, dear students, as we already have discussed that everyone is sleeping before the morning arrives. So, of course, rooster, the cocks, and all the birds and animals and human beings all are sleeping. So, a cock, the rooster is also sleeping. So, when the morning arises, the cock gets up and sings a song, a morning song. When the morning begins, the sky is filled with the red streaks of sun rays. Here, streaks means lines of sun red rays. Prodded him into song. Here, prodded means pointed object, to point something. A fisherman not far from the shore. Here, shore means the bank of the sea. Lifted his eyes, saw her coming, and yawned. The bus rolled by, and the two friends caught a glimpse of blue. Dear students, here glimpse mean to see quickly. A day swung around a corner to where the sea met a road. The sky blinked, woke up, and might have changed its mind, but day had come. Okay, here a very beautiful personification is described, that here the poet feels that sun, with the sun rays, sky also blinked its eyes, but he doesn't want to get up in the early morning. But when he looks that morning has come, then sky also has to get up, as every human being and every animal. Here a lot of personification is given, just like the morning crept down in the street. Here it sweeps the dawn away with its broom. You people know that morning doesn't have its broom with it, but how does it sweep? This is also a personification. Then Cox prodded him into a song. It is again personification. Then sky blinks its eyes. Sky doesn't have an eye, but here the sun is personified as the eye of the sky. So this is again a beautiful personification. I hope you all enjoyed the poem and have understood everything that is described in this lesson. So this is the end of our first lecture from the poem Morning. I hope you all have understood. If you have any confusion, just note down the points and wait for the live discussion session where you will be able to ask the questions from your teacher. Now this is your homework. Read the whole lesson with proper pronunciation and learn all the meanings from of the words, difficult words from this lesson before the next lesson. Good luck, dear students. This is the end of today's lecture. Allah Hafiz.